Coming up on this episode of WJMH Reports, John Marshall had an event that gave students more career opportunities.
Next, find out who's Teacher of the Year for Marshall County.
Finally, we'll take you to a local hardware shop where you can get all the supplies for your needs for spring.
Stay tuned for that and more on the last episode of WJMH Reports for the 2023 to 2024 school year.
Welcome to the final edition of WJMH Reports for the 2023-2024 season. I'm Ella Kennan.
And I'm Penelope Petrucci.
Job fairs are very common around the Ohio Valley. Recently, John Marshall held a work fair for CT students and students interested in joining a union.
Here's WJMH reporter Holden Welch with our top story.
John Marshall and CT departments held a work fair on April 25th. Many West Virginian building and trade unions came to the school to share information and to talk to students. They explained how students can get work right after high school and gave valuable workforce advice. LIUNA Secretary-Treasurer Kyle Kuhl wants the new generation to understand the importance of responsibility and effort.
We're looking for dependability, willingness to learn, and just a good attitude. Any experience you already have would be a bonus, but that's what apprenticeships are for, to train people to do this work.
A majority of the students that attended the event were a part of a CTE program. They've already learned much of what was discussed at the work fair and have good knowledge of the workforce. JMHS senior welding student Curtis Wharton understands what it takes to be a good worker.
A good employee to me is someone who shows up on time, good work ethic, works well with other people, helps out others when they struggle, and really is just a good person to be around.
Reporting from John Marshall, I'm WJMH reporter Holden Welch.
Thanks, Holden. We look forward to seeing what paths our classmates choose to pursue.
The John Marshall Greenhouse has recently opened. The greenhouse is run by John Marshall's agriculture program, who is selling hanging flowers and ground pots. Danielle King, who is in her first year working at John Marshall, runs the greenhouse and teaches agriculture, showing students how to plant different types of plants and taking care of animals. While they work in the classroom and greenhouse at John Marshall, the students have done other projects such as grow and plant tomato plants for a local farmer and work with the soil conservation. One of King's favorite projects the class has done is working on an apple orchard for the Purple Heart Mothers.
We last month were able to help plant an orchard for Purple Heart Mothers.
The greenhouse will be open for purchasing flowers Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. through 4 p.m. for guests.
Another school that recently opened the doors to its greenhouse is Sherrard Middle School. They have many different flowers and herbs, all at affordable prices. The students worked very hard to clean out the greenhouse from the previous year and prepare the greenhouse for opening day. All of the plants are student grown with the help of their greenhouse teacher, Brian Berger, who would like to encourage everyone to stop by and have a look at their greenhouse.
If they're looking for something for a garden to last them through the summer and into the fall, definitely come up to us.
The greenhouse is open Monday through Friday throughout the school day. Along with John Marshall and Sherrard, you can also visit Cameron High School's greenhouse, which is open from Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Saturday from 9 a.m. to noon, and Moundsville Middle School's greenhouse, which is open from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Let's get patriotic. As we get further into the year, May, June, and July have many holidays to support the heroes who have bravely fought for our country. To show recognition for the heroes and the sacrifices they made, the Moundsville Rotary Club plans to place American flags for each holiday in front of John Marshall High School. The Boy Scouts will also help display the flags as well as storing them. This includes Memorial Day on May 10th, Flag Day on June 14th, Independence Day on July 4th, and Veterans Day on November 11th. If you or any family member who would like to sponsor a flag to be displayed, you can email rotaryofmoundsville@gmail.com. Again, that is rotaryofmoundsville@gmail.com. Sponsoring a flag is a great way to honor and show your appreciation for a teacher, veteran, family member, essential worker, or loved one. All proceeds benefit the Moundsville Rotary community projects and charitable activities. For more information, go to Moundsville Rotary Flags for Heroes Facebook page.
Coming up soon, we'll take a look at an event at Grandview that will bring back enjoyable memories.
We'll be back here with WJMH Reports after this break.
You're watching a WJMH Media production. We're an entirely student-run broadcasting program based out of John Marshall High School, whose goal is to connect, entertain, and inform. Along with many John Marshall High School productions, WJMH Media has also worked with WTRF, the Wheeling Symphony Orchestra, Augusta Levy Learning Center, OVAC, West Liberty University, and the Marshall County Chamber of Commerce. You can follow us on Facebook, X, and YouTube at WJMH Media.
We've got more news now on WJMH Reports. I'm Ella Kennan.
And I'm Penelope Petrucci.
Recently, John Marshall held its Military Signing Day.
3 students were recognized for signing to their military branches. Senior Michael Clemens signed to the Navy, and seniors Dane Miskovich and Adrian Haynes signed to the Army National Guard. Dane already went through basic training last summer and is excited to travel to Mexico soon to serve our country. Zachary Allman gave a great speech about knowing who you are at the event, and in addition, Army National Guard Staff Sergeant Devin Pomeranski spoke about the importance of military service and what it means to him. Senior Dane Miskovich recognizes how what he learns in the Army helps better himself as a person.
I just wanted to better myself physically, morally, ethically, mentally, and just push to be a better person. So, yeah.
Motivational videos were played at the event, and those signing were recognized for their courage and willingness to serve our country. Senior Adrian Haynes loves the local aspect of the Army National Guard.
Honestly, my ability to be able to stay home with my family and still be able to serve my country.
Senior Victor McElwee was unable to attend the event, will be signing to the Army National Guard. Parents and friends of the students participating were able to attend this event. Thank you to Micah Ward for putting together this event to recognize those that will be serving our country.
The Smart Center is sponsoring Kite Day at Grandview Park on Saturday, May 11th. Kite enjoyers of all ages are welcome to attend the event for free. The day will consist of participants flying kites of all shapes and sizes together. Kites will not be available to purchase, however, a free kite will be given to the first 50 participant attendees. Throughout the event, fun facts about kites and their history will be given, ensuring a fun and informational day. If you plan on attending, be sure to bring your own blanket or lawn chair.
At a recent Marshall County Board of Education meeting, 4th grade teacher at Central Elementary, Abby Edmond, was awarded Teacher of the Year. Edmond has been teaching for 18 years at the middle and elementary school levels. She has always been interested in teaching and was inspired by many amazing teachers along her journey of first becoming a teacher. Edmond's favorite part about working at Central Elementary is not only helping the kids, but also working with the staff.
I just enjoy their energy and just their excitement about learning and just having a good time with the kids. We have like a really great team and just good leadership, so I love being at Central.
Central Elementary Principal Katie Dantrassi speaks highly of Edmond and her work with her students. Along with Edmond, we would also like to congratulate Media Library Aide at Center McMecken Elementary School and Glendale Elementary School, Nicole McCauley, for being awarded MCS Service Personnel of the Year.
On the last episode, we talked about the Marshall County Spring Cleanup and the dates in May. This episode, we will go over the dates in June. Dumpsters will be available at the following locations. On June 1st, both Benwood and McMecken will have theirs at Industrial Park at the old football field, respectively. Then, Washington Lands, Todd Kelly Trucking, and Graysville Community Center will be on June 8th. You can go to Rosby Rocks Coal Mine parking lot on June 15th. Also, on June 15th is Roberts Ridge VFD headquarters and River Sweep Riverfront Park. And finally, Cameron's Elementary and downtown Glen Easton will have theirs on June 22nd. All of these will run from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. You must be a Marshall County resident and be prepared to show proof of residency if you plan to attend. There is also an e-recycle that will take place on June 8th at John Marshall High School's parking lot. The regular cleanups will not be accepting tires, white goods, scrap metal, car parts, fuels, hazardous chemicals or waste, or household trash.
Up next, I'll be with a special guest to talk about college and help the seniors can get.
Stay tuned. WJMH Reports will return after this break.
A monarch is fierce.
A monarch has pride.
A monarch is dedicated, determined,
and dominant.
A monarch isn't afraid of a challenge.
A monarch is strong-willed
and powerful.
A monarch is always ready for a battle.
A monarch is a leader.
A monarch's heart is fueled by fire.
A monarch demands attention.
A monarch is mighty in strength
and in spirit.
A monarch never backs down.
Whether on the field or in a classroom, a monarch always gives 100%.
Every time, no matter what.
Let's go Monarchs!
Monarchs! Welcome back. Graduation is coming up and many seniors are making plans for the fall. Some students are interested in college and the admissions process can be confusing. Joining me now to discuss how to make the admissions process run smoothly is West Liberty Assistant Director of Admissions, Zachary Rhodes.
Hello.
Hi. Thank you for coming in.
Absolutely.
How can a student decide if college is right for them?
Yeah, so that's a big question. The biggest thing is experiencing college itself first, right? Well, almost anything that you do in the college process is experiencing it to see if you can see yourself there. So even if you're like, I don't even know if college is right for me, you need to see a college to know that. So it's good to have a good idea on what you might want to study, what career that you're looking for, and then go and tour a college that has that program. So normally that's the very first step, is finding your program and finding a school that has it, and then you go tour that college, talk to professors, talk to maybe students on campus, talk to admissions people like me, and then start to get an idea. When I went to visit there, it felt right. And then you can kind of start the process there. If you're starting from square one and you're trying to decide, do I go to college, do I go to a trade school, do I go straight into the workforce, you have to go experience each of those three things to make your choice. You know, if you're just looking online or if you're talking to people, that's not going to help you really decide what's best for you. But if you go and you tour a college or you go and see a trade school or job shadow in whatever field that you're going into, then you really start to say, okay, when I job shadowed, I actually like that way better than touring college. Or when I toured the college, I found a major that I was really interested in. That's usually the very first steps. And then you just kind of go through the process as you go.
Thank you. What are the first steps students should take when applying for college?
The funny thing is, applying should be one of your first steps. A lot of people think they have to have all of their things situated, they have to have their perfect college picked out, everything settled, and then they apply. Really, applying should be the first step. So every college is different when you're applying to them. Some of them, it's a lot bigger process. Others, it's a lot more of a straightforward process. So my advice would be to gather up everything that you've done in high school up to that point, especially if you're junior going into your senior year, or if it's your senior year and it's time to apply. Gather up some letters of recommendation, write a personal statement, which is usually what that is if a school asks for it, it's you telling the school why you think you'd be a good fit for them. And then start your research. So then look at the 4 or 5 schools that you're looking at, see what their admissions process is. Some of them you just apply, send in your transcripts, send in any test scores that you have, and that's really all you have to do. Others at the other end of that spectrum will require you to have letters of recommendation applying. So as long as you're getting everything gathered, send out those applications, then that kind of takes care of it. Usually, if you're a senior, you start applying from summer on, going into your senior year. So sometimes some schools will open June and July, they'll go all the way through August. Apply as early as you can, get accepted. That way, so in spring, you just decide where you want to go.
Okay. Once a student is accepted into college, what are the next steps they should take after that?
So from that point on, the nice thing is colleges all have some sort of team that will tell you what you need to do after that. If you've applied for a college in the past, as soon as you apply, you start getting so many emails. So as long as you're keeping up with those emails, talking to admissions people, then you shouldn't have any issues with what to do. So normally you're accepted, right? The next steps is financial aid. Typically that opens in October. If you're a senior this year, you saw that was not the case with the FAFSA and everything. But going forward, it should be October is usually when the FAFSA, which is your free application for federal student aid, even if you have people in your life telling you you're not going to get any financial aid, don't apply for it. Send in that FAFSA. You never know what money is out there. Some schools even require it for their academic scholarships, ones that aren't need-based and everything. So send in your FAFSA. Take care of any housing deposits if you plan to live on campus, and then just keep up with communication. So follow if you have 3 schools that you're looking at, follow them on social media so that you're you know what work they're doing, any events that they have coming up. Make sure you're touring schools if you haven't done that before you are accepted, and keep in contact with professors, admissions people, and then that people who do all of those steps are the ones that have that easy transition from high school into college.
Thank you. How can students keep track of upcoming events, orientations, and move-in dates efficiently?
Yeah, so same thing. Social media is a really good way to do that. Most colleges will post them on at least one or two of them. You know, Facebook, Instagram. Instagram's probably the easiest one to just, okay, you know, picture orientations next Tuesday. I'm going to that. There should be a link in there. Some of them will use, you know, Snapchat and everything else, but follow them on any of the social medias that they have. Keep an eye on your email, because they usually get emails there. A lot of schools are using texting now. We have a system that it's not me texting you from my phone, but it's, you know, through our recruiting system, and we can send out texts and say, hey, we're having this event in 2 weeks. We'd love for you to come, and they'll send you a link. So again, as long as you're keeping track of that communication coming to you, you'll see all of those events. And also, you know, if you're like, I haven't gotten anything from my favorite college on when their open house is, email their admissions people, and I'm sure they'll know when to do that.
Thank you. Once students are in college, how can counselors still help out?
Yeah, so that's one of my favorite things, honestly, about working with students that are coming into college, is the fact that, you know, on the admissions side, we walk them through the entire process. Each school is a little bit different, but for the most part, your admissions counselor is your go-to person from the time you start looking at that school all the way through, you know, starting your first couple of weeks of classes. At West Liberty, we actually make your schedule coming into your first semester. So I'm working with you even throughout summer to build your schedule, to make sure you have the right major in place and everything like that. So what's cool is then students get there, they go through their first couple weeks of classes, then they're with their academic advisors or their professors and everything. But when the next semester comes around and they're like, oh, I don't know where to go to schedule for my next semester classes, then they contact me again. They're like, Zach, you helped me, you know, 4 or 5 months ago. Can you help me again? I still have students from a couple of years ago who will pop into my office every once in a while and ask me some certain questions. So we may not have the answers on the admissions side, but yeah, your admissions counselor is still connected to your campus. So keep their contact information. They're a good resource to have even after you start college.
Thank you. What advice would you give students looking for scholarships? Yeah,
so scholarships are there's so many out there, right? So the big thing is to look for them, to keep in contact with the people who have access to them, who get them all of the time. So typically high school counselors are bombarded with different scholarships. You know, a lot of them have very specific requirements that you just have to look through and say, I don't qualify for that one, but I can qualify for this one, let me apply. So check in with your high school counselors. I'm sure a lot of them send out some sort of a newsletter saying here's scholarships available. If not, like I said, I'm sure their inbox is full of invites to apply for them. A lot of colleges have their own scholarships, so make sure that you're looking at their academic ones, which are usually based on your GPA or test scores or both there. And then also a lot of colleges have a list of, similar to like your high school counselor, a list of scholarships that you can apply for. It's the same thing, you know, some of them they're very specific criteria. You know, you have to be from this county in West Virginia. It was someone who lived there who set up that scholarship. But still, if you put in the work to kind of sift through them, you'll be able to find them and everything. And then again, make sure you're completing your FAFSA so that all of your financial aid and state and federal grants are involved in that too.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you. To apply to West Liberty University or for more information on the school or admissions process, you can visit their website at westliberty.edu. Again, that is westliberty.edu. Coming up next, learn how you can get involved with the local Strand Theater production. That and more on WJMH Reports after the break.
Welcome back. We've got more news now on WJMH Reports. I'm Ella Kennan.
And I'm Penelope Petrucci.
Spring has sprung, and there's no better way to start your spring cleaning than going to your local Ked's Ace Hardware. This business has many things to help you out, such as bleach, Clorox wipes, vinegar, gloves, brooms, mops, and sponges. Ked's Ace Hardware manager John Cunningham believes it's important to shop local, not only to help the business out, but your wallet also.
It helps a small business. We're not a big business where big corporations set prices up too high.
Other things to help you out that they have is shovels, potting soil, weed eater string, and propane. Another hot find is a 30-ounce Stanley's. Ogilvy is hosting a backyard barbecue festival. It's a weekend full of music and some of the best barbecue from around the county. Throughout the weekend, the event will feature live entertainment by local and national acts, as well as many activities. It will happen from Friday, May 24th to Sunday, May 26th. During this time, the festival events and activities are open to the public. The Wilson Lodge is offering a package for the event, which includes 2-night accommodations at Wilson Lodge, Mountaineer Breakfast Buffet each day, Backyard Barbecue Festival, and a ticket to Saturday Rodney Adkins concert. Pricing is $229 per person. To book, you can go to the Ogilvy website at ogilvy.com/backyardbarbecue. Again, to book, you can go to ogilvy.com/backyardbarbecue.
The Haven Maternity Home is a new service in Moundsville and is the only maternity home in the Northern Panhandle. The home is founded by Ash Avenue Church of God and will be available to any woman 18 years or older in a crisis pregnancy. The Haven Home gives these women a safe place to grow and live, as well as help to find a life plan after their pregnancy. The women are able to live there until their baby is up to 6 months of age, and the center helps the women continue their education by giving them rides to and from school, as well as the appointments and anywhere else they may need to go. Haven Maternity Home lead Chris Jacobs believes that the main goal of the home is to provide a safe environment for the mothers and their babies.
We do recognize that some women will choose life for their baby but cannot choose life with their baby. So we also are able to walk through the adoption process with them if that's what's required.
This maternity home is not open yet, but will open in the fall. If you'd like to support this home, you can pray for them and attend their fundraisers and donate on their online website at haven-maternity-home.org. Again, that's haven-maternity-home.org. The Missoula Children's Theater is holding its annual acting workshop at the Strand Theater this summer. This opportunity is free and available to any students entering grades through 12th, as well as seniors aged 55 and up. If interested, an open audition will be held on June 17th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Once casted, participants will attend daily rehearsals from June 17th to June 21st and perform 2 live shows on June 22nd at 3 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. If you'd like to pre-register or gain more information about the event, go to the Strand's website at strandtheaterwv.com/events. Registration opens May 8th.
The Marshall County Chamber of Commerce is hosting its 36th annual Greg Yoho Memorial Car Show next month. It is free to enter and will be held on June 7th on Jefferson Avenue. The event is a great experience and a fun, family-friendly event for the upcoming summer.
Up next, we will have our last CTE program of the week.
Find out what it is and stay tuned for a special surprise from WJMH Seniors after the break.
Who should recycle? Well, the easy answer is everyone, but there is a more in-depth answer too. I believe younger people should feel more inclined to recycle because they can help build their future with more resources instead of letting it go to the landfill. But that doesn't mean that others shouldn't recycle either. Parents and grandparents create the pathway for their children and grandchildren and set themselves as an example, so it's crucial that they can also help out. If everyone can try to do their part and recycle, then it'll help our generations and the future ones.
We've got more news now on WJMH Reports. I'm Ella Kennan.
And I'm Penelope Petrucci.
While we have visited most CTE courses offered here at John Marshall, we have time for one more this episode.
John Marshall's Automotive Technology CTE course is a 2-year program. During the students' first year of the course, they learn automotive electrical systems, theory and operation of brake systems, fundamental of steering and suspension systems, basic engine concept, engine performance, climate controls, standard and automatic transmissions, computerized data systems, and computer operations related to automotive technology. As she finished her first year in the program, junior auto tech student Rowan Kaufman has learned a lot already.
Figuring out that most things that are wrong with cars are a lot easier to fix than you anticipate.
During the second year of automotive technologies, students should obtain their ASC Technician Certification, CFC Air Conditioning Certification, and the West Virginia State Inspection Licensure. The units of the course includes computerized engine controls, heating and air conditioning, engine performance, computerized wheel alignments, suspension systems, analog brakes, manual drivetrains, and electronic analyzers. Senior Isaac Hughes plans to further his career in this field.
I plan to be a diesel tech in the future and work on semis, and this shop really has given me, and it prepared me for the future and prepared me to go work on that kind of stuff.
The class runs a shop that is open to the public and offers brakes, oil changes, tire rotations, alignments, check engine light diagnosis, mount and balance tires, heating and air conditioning, steering and suspension repair, and minor electrical diagnosis. The shop will open back up to the public in fall of 2024. If you would like to schedule an appointment with them at that time, please email jrulrich@k12.wv.us. Again, that is jrulrich@k12.wv.us. This is our last episode as seniors, so instead of weekend picks, we have a special surprise.
Here are our favorite moments with WJMH Media.
Not only does the market have produce, they also offer baked goods, jams, dips, teas, and honey.
There were many crew members behind the scenes, helping with sound, lighting, and scene changes.
The business has grown a lot throughout the years and distributes Snyder of Hanover pretzels, Hearst potato chips, Wise potato chips, and Lance crackers. They also have vending machines and sell candy and more. Co-owner Edward DeCesar, along with Joe DeCesar and Rudy Piscarich, started out with dandy potato chip routes before expanding throughout the years.
If you like lighter and fluffier cookies, then the star shape is better. However, it is more difficult to pipe out. But there is a more in-depth answer too. I believe younger people should feel more inclined to recycle because they can help build their future.
Why does the sun on the moon look weird?
I don't know.
The
aliens. Look, I got them on camera right here.
The event showcases the vast talent and artistry of high school students in the tri-state area.
This episode had a lot of the help from our juniors who wrote some of the stories and went out to get video for this episode.
It gave them a chance to see how the behind the scenes of the show works when they will be creating this coming fall.
Thank you all for watching this final episode of WJMH Reports for the 2023-2024 school year.
Thank you WLUTV and Xfinity for airing our 2023 to 2024 episodes of WJMH Reports and WJMH Media. Hopes to continue giving back to the community.
We also have a special thank you for all those behind the scenes.
I'm your reporter and audio technician, Ava McGuire. Thank you for watching our WJMH Reports.
I'm your reporter and director, Lacey Chirplet. Thank you for watching our WJMH Reports.
I'm your reporter and camera operator, Holden Welch. Thank you for watching WJMH Reports.
WJMH Media will be back in the fall of 2024 with more stories from around the community, right here on WLUTV. For Penelope Petrucci and everyone here at WJMH Media, I'm Ella Kennan. Thanks for watching and have a great day.